In the Indian subcontinent, Hijra are eunuchs, intersex people, and transgendered people. Hijras are officially recognized as a third gender. Many work as sex workers for survival. The word Hijra is a Hindustani word. It has traditionally been translated into English as eunuch or hermaphrodite. That may have been in the past, but it does not mean eunuch. It means something more, to be emasculated. So if you have been castrated, then you would be emasculated. But if you're a man dressing up as a woman, that's also emasculated. The ancient Kama Sutra mentions the performance of fellatio by feminine people of a third sex. This passage has been variously interpreted as referring to men who desired other men, so-called eunuchs. Franciscan travelers in the 1650s note to the presence of men and boys who dress like women. That's the key word here. They're not women, they just dress like it. In India, some Hijras do not define themselves by specific sexual orientation, but rather by renouncing sexuality altogether. Sexual energy is transformed into sacred powers. However, these notions can come in conflict with the practical, which is that Hijras are often employed as prostitutes. Why is that? One of the forms of Lord Shiva is emerging with Parvati, where together they are Ardhanari, a god that is half Shiva, half Parvati. What does that mean? Half man, half woman, hermaphrodite. Ardhanari has special significance as a patron of Hijras who identify with gender ambiguity. So they're making up words now. There's no such thing as gender ambiguity. This also deals with the history of Rama, and he leaves Ayodhya for his exile. And when he returns after 14 years, he finds that the Hijras, being neither men nor women, have not moved from the place where he gave his speech. Impressed with their devotion, Rama grants Hijras the boon to confer blessings on people during auspicious inaugural occasions like childbirths and weddings. So now, because this old book has said that these are holy people blessed by a god, now they're going to have the right to say, well, actually, we are gods. We've got some pictures of Hijras here. This one is quite pretty, but not really passable because that jaw and that skull is far too large. This one could pass for it, except for the square jaw, very long neck, long forearms, and big feet. Not even passable. Got another one. That sari is wrapped so tight that you can see there are no female hips whatsoever. And I've seen pictures that this Bollywood actress, Kareena Kapoor, looks quite similar to Paris Hilton. So what do they have in common? Oh yes, the boomerang jaw. What kind of jaw does Kareena Kapoor have? It's not difficult to see. It's that square jaw. It's the square, angular jaw of a man, and as a child, at the bottom, looking like a little boy, and to me, looking like he's wearing boy's clothes. This is a polished up, glossed up Hijra, and had a lot of surgery. See this picture? Hijra, it looks like the other one from like 2 seconds ago, and probably had some cheek implants, and they put something in the lips, injected them to make them look bigger, and has had a lot of surgery. They did a nose job, they did the lips, they did the eyes. Maybe they did do a jaw shave, I'm not sure. See, the person likes to wear acrylic nails, but you can see that that ring finger is much longer than the index finger. We've got this large head with this square jaw and a fake pregnant belly. I have cousins, I have friends, they've been pregnant. Women are mammals. Mammals produce milk to feed the baby that they're going to have. Pregnant women are going to have breasts that are a lot bigger than that, filled with milk. These are filled with silicone. Curling the nails so that we can't see the digit ratio. And looking a bit gaunt in the face. Here, clavicle popping right out of the neck. Adam's apple. This is a man's body with the clavicles crawling out, begging to be recognized as the man that she is. Square jaw, straight up and down legs, no female Q angle, and the model on the far left is a man. Don't worry about that, those fingers are very long. Speaking of fingers, here's Kareena giving us the 3-finger salute, telling us that she is the third gender, meaning Hijra. Kareena Kapoor is also known by her married name, Kareena Kapoor Khan, that's triple K. Kareena married Saif Ali Khan. Saif has a tranny wife with the clavicles. Let's look at some young pictures of Saif. Oh, we've seen this before, that pretty look. Small nose, pretty mouth, short neck, large eyes. He's a lot older than her. That's him on the right, looking very girly, pretty smile, and that wife of his is looking like a tranny. Oh, 3-finger salute telling us what he really is. He's a Hijra. And in case you need another one, look, that's the female digit ratio on these fingers. And in case you missed it, that is the female digit ratio on those fingers with the short forearms and the smooth forehead. Kareena Kapoor is the younger sister of actress Karisma Kapoor. Karisma's on the left. I'm not sure if this is a MTF or not. I'm undecided at the moment, but Karisma Kapoor and Kareena Kapoor, that's double K. K in English gematria equals 66. We've got another double K with Katrina Kaif. And this is the mother who looks very suspicious to me. Katrina Kaif with the pyramid earrings and the circle at the top. I'm not sure if this person is MTF or not. She's an English actress and works in Hindi films. She has established herself in Bollywood as one of India's highest paid actresses. Oh, I wonder how she got to do that. Well, here she is at an Eyes Wide Shut style party wearing masks, and this is her with a 8-pointed star of Ishtar necklace, which means temple prostitute. And that goes back to our serpent priestesses. Keep that in mind. We've got another double K with this family here. You've seen them. I've never seen any of their shows, but I know who they are. Double K. That's your 66. We've got another double K actress with Carly Kloss, the Glamazon, who married a Kushner. Look at the siblings, Kimberly Kloss, Christine Kloss, double K for all of them. Carly Kloss married Joshua Kushner. That is Carly Kloss Kushner. That's another triple K. In Pythagorean numerology, K equals 2. 2 plus 2 plus 2 equals 6. The mythological serpent race that took form as cobras often can be found in Hindu iconography. The Nagas are described as the powerful, splendid, wonderful, and proud semi-divine race that can assume their physical form either as human, partial human serpent, or the whole serpent. Their domain is in the underworld, called Nagaloka or Patalaloka. They are often associated with bodies of waters, rivers, lakes, seas, and wells. Now, if you saw this film Spirited Away, Haku is a boy that can change his form into a flying dragon, and we find out later is because he was a river spirit. However, they often took beneficial protagonist roles in Hindu mythology, such as Vasuki, a Nagaraja who abides on Shiva's neck. That snake that you see wrapped around his neck is Vasuki, and that connects back to the hermaphrodite goddess, the half woman, half man, with the 2 serpents or nagas around the neck. Among the notable nagas of Buddhist tradition is Mukulinda, Nagaraja and protector of the Buddha. Shortly after his enlightenment, the Buddha is meditating in a forest when a great storm arises, but graciously, King Mukulinda gives shelter to the Buddha from the storm by covering the Buddha's head with his 7 snake heads. As in Hinduism, the Buddhist Naga generally has the form of a great cobra, usually with a single head, but sometimes with many. At least some of the Nagas are capable of using magic powers to transform themselves into human semblance. The Naga is sometimes portrayed as a human being with a snake or dragon extending over his head. The term Naga in Hinduism, Buddhism, and Jainism denotes divine, semi-divine deities or a semi-divine race of half-human, half-serpent beings that resides in the heavenly netherworld and can occasionally take human form. They are principally depicted in 3 forms: humans with snakes on their heads and necks, common serpents, or as half-human, half-snake beings. A female Naga is a Nagini. If you saw any of the films or read any of the books, Voldemort has a pet snake, and her name is Nagini. You think that J.K. Rowling didn't know about that? Of course she knew about that. The Church of Satan credits her for bringing them new converts. And don't forget that Harry can speak this snake language. And this person is also a female to male transgender who works in Hollywood and, as we know, takes part in sacred prostitution. They called it the Order of the Phoenix, of all things. The phoenix, you mean that ancient Egyptian bird that represents transgenderism? It burns itself and then rises as something new. Well, maybe she shouldn't have called it Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. Maybe she should have called it Harry Potter and the Order of the Baphomet.
Why is it when something happens, it is always you three?
Because they're the inverted trinity, that's why. These three are all transgendered. And because they're using the inverted energy, chaos happens. It's not that chaos is happening and these three save everybody from it. The chaos is happening because these three exist. They are the inverted energy. There's always the Trinity in pretty much every culture. You've got the mother, the father, and the son, and that's what we have here. Hermione is the mother figure, Ron is the father figure, and Harry is the child, the son. And he's an orphan because both his parents are dead. And the series is finished. Ron and Hermione get married to each other. The fact that they are transgendered makes them the inverted trinity, which is, I suppose, blasphemous. The three is very sacred to Freemasons. It also represents the Blue Lodge of Masonry. The triangle has to deal with the Masonic compass. You have to know what this is about. The Freemasons went to India and took the knowledge that they saw there. They wanted to harness this power that they saw was working. So this transgender thing is not new, and it's not limited only to the West. And as you've just learned, that transgenderism, or at least the idea of it, has existed in ancient India and other ancient cultures. These Freemasons, Illuminati creatures are using black magic and an inverted energy to trick people and fool people and put spells on you. And if you don't know the language, then you're not going to know how to protect yourself. If you go to any country and you don't speak the language, you can get cheated, you can get robbed, somebody can do something to hurt you if you don't know what's going on. In the same way, we need to learn the language that these people are using so that you can protect yourself from this energy, this force that they have harnessed